What's going on YouTube? It's Kyle from Spin Out Cards. I got another list for you today. We're going to look at 10 illustration rares from Scarlet and Violet that if you can find for the right price are definitely worth trying to grade. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. My name is Kyle. This is Spin Out Cards. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if Pokemon content is your thing, and especially if anything in here is of use to you. I compiled a list of 10 illustration rares from Scarlet and Violet specifically that if you can find for the right price raw are definitely worth trying to grade and going after a PSA 10, because the value in that 10 is something serious. Illustration rares from Scarlet and Violet are all going crazy, and Spin Out Cards, Venza, collectacons, we do local shows, we have an eBay store, so I'm constantly monitoring the price of raw cards, what the price movement is in terms of PSA 10s. So this is definitely something that's in my wheelhouse. And without further ado, let's get right into the list. All right, here we go. We're going to do this all in one take. Now, I do want to throw a very big caveat on the numbers that you're about to see, because all of these cards that I'm showing are PSA 10s. And this, of course, doesn't include the risky run of getting an 8 or a 9, and the 8 or 9 tax on any of these illustration rares is pretty severe. So fair warning before we get into this. Remember, we are looking for PSA 10s specifically when we're looking at the values that I'm about to show you. First on the list is the Mewtwo 052 promo from the Ultra Premium Collection for $151. Recent sales for this card are going for 25, 16, 12, 16, 14, 17. So somewhere between 15 and 20. And then if you can get this thing to 10, we're looking at best offer accepted at 234, 234, 157, 230. This is going back into February. This is all February 16th. 229, 218. So a very nice little premium on that 10 in terms of the Mewtwo. The Mew, similar situation. It's just far more expensive raw. This next one is a Riolu. This is from Scarlet and Violet base set. You can get a near mint raw copy of this card for somewhere in the range of about $25. You can see here 23, 14, 32, 25, 14, 23. This card graded in a PSA 10 is selling pretty consistently right around $200. $215.99, $170, $185, $215. Best offer accepted at $193, $215. A very, very nice little markup for that PSA 10. Slowpoke, this is also from Scarlet and Violet base 204. You can find a copy of this card raw for right below $30 at this point in time. Bear in mind I'm recording this on the 19th of February, but 24, 29, 25, 22, 24. A PSA 10 of this card goes real crazy. Best offer accepted. This isn't even best offer accepted. $399 plus $4 delivery. $375, $387, $315, $369. A crazy markup on the value of that card in a PSA 10. This next one is from Obsidian Flames. It's the Gloom top tier artwork. Gloom tends to always have these really trippy artworks, which I super dig. A raw copy of this card. 12, 9. This one went for 20. Basically 15, 14, 20, under that $25 mark. And then a PSA 10 of this card goes for right around $200. $200 plus 5 delivery, 187, 205, 250, 192, 50, 233, 50. It has to be a popular Pokemon with good art, and the move from raw to PSA 10 tends to be pretty crazy. This is also from Obsidian Flames. The Pidgey, it's just a cute card. Like, who didn't have Pidgey when they played Red? Everybody did. It's super popular, very desirable Pokemon. I think the Pidgeotto is going to do well in the future too from Obsidian Flames. Near mint versions of this, that's $12, $17, $12, $13. This is a one-off. It's Japanese. $12. So, I mean, almost guaranteed if you can find this under 15, it's a pretty solid play. 129, 133, 134, 126. It's like easy math with these illustration rares if you can find them in really good condition to submit them to try to go for that PSI. This is from Temporal Forces, the Deerling. Adorable card, awesome artwork on this one. Recent solds, we're looking at 1250, 19, 19, 15, 19, 19. So again, under that $25 mark. PSA 10s of this currently going for 140. 160, 140. This one is at 110, 150. Nice safe bet if you can get it to come back in a PSA 10. This isn't technically an illustration rare, but it is a subset within Scarlet and Violet with the Charmander from Paldea and Fates. You can pick this card up raw for 26, 27, 31, 26, 32. PSA 10s of this card, not as much of a premium, but I do think that Charmander, just because of who Charmander is probably going to do better than most in terms of longer term play. Recent solds on this one are 85, 70, 66, 60, 80, 75. So pretty consistently, right around that $80 mark, maybe a little bit less, call it 75. But again, Charmander's super popular. People are always looking for cool Charmander cards. So I think this is a safe play longer term. Monkey Dory from Shrouded Fable. I don't know what I just did, but I clicked something. Just a really incredible artwork. I mean, I'm partial to purple and blues anyway. Those are like my favorite colors. Maybe I'm biased, but it seems like I'm not in the minority here because this card is definitely rising in raw price, but at 15, 15, 17, 22, 20, 15, so right around 20, again, hitting that criteria to be in this video. $100, 81 with 27 bids, that's pretty good. 101, 95, 85. People appreciate the artwork, I think, on that card specifically. This is another one from Shrouded Fable. It's the horsey, just a cute little horsey, just taking a little snooze on a little piece of coral. Like, what's not to love there? Recent solds on this guy: 20, 21, 21, 21, 15, 25. So again, right at our mark of $25. And this one has a pretty nice little premium on a PSA 10, 200. This one's from Canada, 132, 80. This one, oh, it's Japanese. I was like, wait a second. This one went for 60. It's kind of a one-off. Looks like there was one bid. 81, 75. But as you can see, the more recent sales are certainly moving in the northward direction. And then last but not least, I'm including this card on this list because some of my friends just absolutely dumped on me for really liking this card. The Phoebus, it's from Surging Sparks. Recent raw solds on this are 15, 16, 14, 14, 15, 15. Those are both really 16. And then in a PSA 10, this card's going for 145, 140, 130, 112, 116, 130. And the reason why I love this card is because it's one of those cards that has a connecting artwork. So like you can see here, the sun's coming down from the surface of the water and it's connected to the Melodic EX. So in my head, a lot of people are definitely going to be going after this Phoebus just because they need both, whether it be raw or engraded, just because they need both to complete the artwork. I love the idea behind these. I think it's super cool to have like connecting cards in a binder, or even if they're like sequentially graded. Like there's a lot of cool things you can do with that. And yeah, as you can see, there's a nice little premium from the, you know, what we're gonna call it, $15 raw, and then you turn around and it's worth $145 in a 10. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So that's the list. Those are my 10 cards. Pretty solid all the way around the board. There you guys have it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video on your way out. The Scarlet and Violet cards right now can't miss, as you can see from this short list of 10, and remind you, there's far more than just these 10 cards that have this sort of price movement. But my list of 10, I think, are pretty safe bets in terms of the Pokemon that's included, the artwork that's included. And yeah, everything from Scarlet and Violet right now is definitely in a boom. It's the boom of booms, the hype of hype. So if there was ever a time to start grading cards or looking for cards when you're going to these collectacons or local shows or even on eBay, keep your eyes open, because those illustration rares are definitely worth your attention, and also probably to get graded if they're in the right condition. Thank you guys. I'll see you all in the next one.